Well, if I asked you to reach for your cell phone right now, you probably could do it.
90% of all adults have one, but most of you also still have a landline and may have serious concerns about giving it up, even if it costs you more. Tonight, 12 News' Kent Wainscott investigates the risks of cutting the cord.
They've been the cornerstone of communication for generations, but for a lot of you, landline phones have become relics of the past.
It'd be really useless to pay money to have a landline.
You don't have a landline at all?
Not no more.
You gave it up?
I gave it up.
You cut that cord?
I cut that cord too.
38% of Americans have cut their landline and currently live in a wireless-only household, but more than 6 in 10 remain reluctant to go all in.
Could you get by without the landline?
Of course. You can. You can get by without a landline.
But you haven't done that yet?
I haven't done that yet.
More and more phone users are also replacing traditional landlines with cable or internet-based phones, but are still wired. The head of the Wisconsin Telecommunications Association says there are a number of reasons people stay connected to the cord.
You believe there still are legitimate concerns about moving away entirely from landlines?
It really comes down to reliability, quality of the connection, and the safety components of making a 911 call and having a phone that works if the power goes out.
The concern about 911 calls is a big factor for a lot of folks still holding on to their landlines.
I shouldn't have to think about that, should I?
No, you shouldn't have to. 911?
At the Waukesha County Emergency Communications Center, Christine Bannister says wireless 911 calls don't use the same technology to locate callers as landlines do. But advancements have greatly improved wireless 911 location accuracy with no difference in response time.
Regardless of how a call comes in, the information is gathered in the same amount of time. The information comes in differently, though.
So with the help of the people at the communication center, we decided to put it to the test.
911, what is the address of the emergency?
Hi, this is Kent Wainscott with the test call, trying to determine whether you can find my location.
Okay, I have you actually on Capitol Drive, passing in the area of the Village Park, or are you in the Village Park?
We're right at the entrance of the Village Park, correct.
Okay.
The process worked, but there are still some concerns. Cell phone service could go down in an emergency or may not be as strong in some spots. And indoor locations are still harder to pinpoint, though that technology is also improving. And another emergency-related reason that many hold on to a landline is their lifestyle.
If you have young children, if you have elderly parents staying with you that maybe have dementia and wouldn't be able to utilize a cell phone well, then keeping that landline really would be in their best interest.
It's no surprise that 96% of people believe it's important that their home phone be able to easily reach 911. But what may be a surprise is that among people who have both wireless and landline phones, 65% say most of their home phone calls are still on their landlines, while for others, it's just a fallback.
I mean, I break this every other month, so I probably should have a backup.
So in the end, cost, quality, reliability, safety, and security are all things that more and more people are considering as they decide whether to hang on to their landline.
I don't think I'm ever going to get rid of mine.
Or hang it up.
We cut the cord. Yeah, we cut it.
In Milwaukee, I'm Kent Wainscott, WISN 12 News.
Now, studies show 35% of Wisconsinites are in wireless-only households with no landline. That's 3% less than the national average. And later in this newscast, Kent takes a look at security alarms, another concern for a lot of people thinking about cutting the cord.